Well, how's it going, guys? It is a Jer Bear. It is the final daily rant of 2021. Today is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2021. Not really in a celebratory mood in this daily rant, the final daily rant of the year. Of course, now the whole world knows about the death of, I would say, one of the most iconic, most influential, most inspirational people of our time, of our generation. I mean, she had done lots of work over the years. We all grew up with Betty White. She passed away this morning at the age of 99, just 17 days shy of her 100th birthday. Can you believe that? And I'm just been sad about this all day. I'm not even going to use this daily rant to say anything bad. Usually, daily rants are reserved to call out the assholes in the world, but I gotta tell you, Betty White was a remarkable woman, and as one who had also grown up watching her on television, I'm just really sad at the news of her passing. Just like everybody else. I mean, the shock had just hit the world instantly. I was checking my Facebook today, and the tributes are just pouring in. Just a lot of posts about, Betty, we love you, we miss you, rest in peace, Godspeed, all that stuff. And I guess I'm just one of those people, like I remember watching The Golden Girls when I was a kid. I mean, that was one of my favorite fucking shows of all time. Anybody would say that The Golden Girls, it was like a groundbreaking show, even for its time, like the late 80s, early 90s. It was a groundbreaking program. And of course, B. Arthur, before she was on The Golden Girls, she was Maude in the 70s during the women's lib and all that stuff. So she had prior television work before The Golden Girls. And Rue McClanahan included. She was also on Maude in the 70s. And then Estelle Getty, which Estelle Getty was also another wonderful, talented, gifted actress, and she played the role of Sophia Petrillo on the program. But Betty White was, inevitably. I mean, she was 99 years old. Let's look at this for a minute. Let's just examine the scientific side, if you will, the biological standpoint of this. She was 99 years old. And inevitably, sooner or later, we all knew this was going to happen. We were going to lose her. But it certainly doesn't make the loss any less painful. I mean, I was telling my friends on Facebook, we all grew up with Betty White. My mom and dad were kids themselves when Betty White was on television. I was a kid when Betty White was on television. My brothers were kids when Betty White was on TV. We all grew up watching Betty White on television. She was a household fixture. Like, Betty White had entertained generations from like the 30s until the 90s. So that, you're looking at almost 60 years worth of, and even beyond that, because of course she was on the TV show called Hot in Cleveland, and she was very prolific. She was the oldest person to host Saturday Night Live, which I thought was pretty impressive. But wow, so much can be said about this amazingly beautiful, just human being. I mean, she was so groundbreaking, and she was just a wonderful person. I'm happy to say that I got an autograph of Betty White. I received it back in 2009 on June 6th. To be exact, she was my 19th autograph in my collection, and she signed an autograph. If I can remember, I don't have it in front of me, but if I remember correctly, if I recall, it says something, thanks for everything, Betty White and her dog Kidda. I would have to look at the picture. Well, actually, I think I can pull it up on my phone because I did post it to my Facebook. 1 second here, guys. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. One second, guys. I know I got it on my Facebook. I'll look it up here. Um, right here. Hi, Jared. Many thanks, Betty White and Kidda. Yeah. She was born on January 17th, 1922, and she passed away this morning, December 31st, 2021, at the age of 99. Like I said, the tributes have been pouring in by the truckloads. Betty White had that much of an impact on all of us. And I was watching, I think it was MSNBC or CNBC, one of those news programs a little while ago, where they said without the Golden Girls, there would probably not have been Sex in the City. Because the Golden Girls was like the reversal of Sex in the City. Because you had four women, four very active, vibrant women who got through many problems with, Cheesecake, if you remember the Golden Girls. Cheesecake was their go-to when they were in a dilemma and they needed to, work out their problems, and they would talk over Cheesecake, and then eventually all the time they would come to that conclusion. Oh, okay, you know what? Let's decide this. Let's do this. Let's go with what we think is right, And I don't know, guys. I've just been sad all day long. I've been sad all day long. I loved Betty White. I love Betty White. No matter if she was on the Golden Girls or Hot in Cleveland or any of the movies that she was featured in. She was, Sue Ann Nivens on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. She was Ellen Harper on Mama's Family. She had made lots of appearances on the Carol Burnett Show. She was a masterpiece and a very cherished individual, a very honorable human being. She was loved all over the world. I can't think of one person who would have anything negative or nasty to say about Betty White because she had that much of an impact. She had a very profound way about herself. She was very caring of animals. I mean, she was an animal rights activist for any number of years. She was on lots of game shows. She was on The Match Game in the 70s. She was on Password. She was on the Dick Clark, the Pyramid, 100,000 Pyramid, the 25,000 Pyramid. She had made numerous appearances all across TV, in movies. She was in lots of movies. She had a very long, solid piece of work. And as I had pointed out earlier, we all grew up with Betty White at some point. I mean, if you were born between, I'd say, the 50s and the 80s, like in that range, I mean, we all had a Betty White in our generation, in our lifetime. We all had a Betty White. And I got to tell you, this is a hard one. This is a hard one to take. Although, yeah, she was 99 years old. I get it. She was up there, and she was no spring chicken. Eventually, this was going to happen. It was inevitable. But again, it doesn't make the pain of this loss any less. Because she was just, oh my gosh, she was loved by everybody. Everybody loved Betty White. And like many other people all around the world listening to this, I'm sad, I'm heartbroken. I loved and adored Betty White. She was one of my all-time favorite actresses. And this is very common when you have the general public, which is, it's difficult when you have someone like Betty White. It is extremely difficult to not get emotionally attached to her. Because while she was an animal rights activist, she was an entertainer, we became attached to her and the characters that she played, like Rose Nyland especially, and Sue Ann Nivens and Ellen Harper and all these different characters that she played on television. Betty White as a person, I mean, if you actually sit and watch some of these interviews over the years, I mean, she just had an amazing way about herself. She had a heart of gold. She was just an awesome person. Loved, adored, cherished. And today I think it's pretty safe to say that I share in this collective sadness with the world at the death of such a beautiful and talented lady, a very gifted person. And yeah, this is New Year's Eve, and I should be, getting ready for, the excitement that is supposed to come on New Year's Eve. But I don't feel very celebratory tonight. I just don't feel like celebrating the new year tonight. I don't know. I feel very sad and heartbroken, and I don't know. It feels like, like when if you were around in the 60s and if you remember the Beatles, when they split up, that was like the end of a generation. That was the end of an era. That was the end of whatever it is you grew up with. That was done when the Beatles split up. When Elvis Presley died, my mom, she sobbed for days and weeks at a time after his death. When John Lennon was murdered, my mom had sobbed and sobbed and sobbed for days and weeks after. And when you become so emotionally attached to people who are entertainers, they have a gift and they share it with the world, and how do you not get emotionally attached to that? It's impossible to not get emotionally attached to people who they shape a generation, they influence the way we think, they influence the way we wear our clothes, wear our hair, whatever it is. They influence something within us that we didn't know we had. And listening to them and watching them, and it's like, wow, like they're actually saying and doing exactly what I'm thinking and feeling, but can never put it into words. I can't find the way to express what I'm saying and what I'm really feeling. But when you get people, like I said, we all had Betty White, and she was someone who really put it out there, but she did it all. I have never known a person to do so much in such a 99 years of life. I mean, that is a very, very long life, and it's a wonderful life to have, 99 years, that you have that kind of longevity to do anything and everything that you set your mind and your heart to. And Betty White was just a phenomenal woman. And we lost something really, 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 really super big this morning. We lost a legend. We lost an icon. We lost... it's like the end of an era. Betty White passed away, and it's like that part of our lives is over. Now all the Golden Girls are gone. It's like the end of a generation. The dream is over, as John Lennon used to say. It's just really hard to take. It's very difficult to accept, but it was inevitable. And I don't know. I'm supposed to be in this happy-go-lucky fucking mood because it's New Year's Eve. We're going to be bringing in 2022. I don't feel very festive and celebratory tonight. And I think a lot of people out there listening to this would agree. It's just been a sad day. A sad day for us. We lost a wonderful human being, an incredibly remarkable human being, and she's going to be missed for the rest of our lives. It's just, what a shame, man. What a shame. What a loss. Even if she was 99 years old, even if she did live to be 100 and we still lose her at the age of 100, what a fucking loss. What a tremendous loss. And like I said, the tributes have been pouring in left, right, and center all day long since the news had first broken. TMZ, I think, reported it. And then all of the other major news outlets had, confirmed that her death was true and accurate. Her publicist, I guess, announced that she passed away this morning. I don't know what the official cause of death was. I haven't heard anything. Maybe someone else out there has. I haven't. I don't know if they plan to do an autopsy on Betty White, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just we lost a very influential person today, guys. And I'm sad and I'm heartbroken and in a very melancholy mood. I'm really not necessarily in the mood to be drinking or celebrating or just doing anything even remotely related to bringing in the new year. This is a hard one to take. This is a hard one to take. And yes, I know people listening, well, Jared, she was just an actress. Well, maybe to you she was just an actress. You know, where were you when Robin Williams died? You know, that shocked the world over, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times over. That was not easy to take when Robin Williams died. That was fucking heartbreaking when Robin Williams died. He was a man who was hurting inside and nobody knew. Nobody fucking knew. And when he died, it's like the world stopped laughing. Life just got uninteresting all of a sudden. We lost a piece of our history, a person who was well known in the world. I still cry sometimes thinking about Robin Williams and the remarkable legacy that he left behind. I mean, he was just a talented man, and oh my God, I was at a loss for words when Robin Williams passed, and with Betty White, I knew it was coming. I mean, again, she was 99 years old, and she lived a long, good life, and, inevitably, it was going to happen sooner or later. But it just doesn't make the pain of this loss any less impactful. It still hurts. It's still very heartbreaking, and how do you not become emotionally attached to someone who had devoted so much of their time and their talent to humanity? And in Betty White's case, I mean, she was an animal rights activist, for Christ's sake. I mean, she did it all. She's been on television since 1939. And she was only like 17 years old, 16 or 17 at the time. And my grandpa was just born in 1939. So, I mean, everybody had a Betty White in their lifetime. Everybody had Betty White. They had a Betty White on their television. They had Betty White on the radio, because Betty White did have a radio show. I think she was like 8 years old when she was on a radio show. But she made her first television debut in 1939. And, she was very young and still very beautiful, very, just absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. I mean, she had a smile that could melt your heart like butter. I mean, she was a beautiful lady inside and out. And even when she got older, she aged gracefully. Like, she didn't even look like she was 99 years old. She looked like a very, vibrant, active, spry woman at 99. I mean, that's incredible. How many other 99-year-olds do you know out there who's actually continuing to, do their own thing? And you're not going to hold me down. I'm still very active, and I want to get out and do stuff. I want to, help people. I still want to, don't pin me down with this old age, motif about, oh, you're too old to do anything and you can't do this and do that. Betty White defied that. She defied that. She's in her own way. She says, "Fuck you. I'm 99 years old. I'm not, unable to do it. I'm 99 years old. Let me fucking do it. Leave me alone. Step aside. Let me do my thing. I'm Betty fucking White. Let me do what I want to do." I think that was her real attitude. That was her spirit. I don't know. Maybe you'll agree with me. Maybe you'll disagree. I don't know. But she was, she's going to be missed. I mean, she's missed now. I already miss her. My heart breaks because she was just just an amazing woman. Of course, she was married to Alan Ludden, who was the host of Password, or Super Password, or one of those password games. Because I know Bert Convey was also the host of Password. But she was married to Alan Ludden, and I don't believe she had kids. I don't think Betty White had any children. I'd have to look that up. because I don't want to be incorrect. I want to be as accurate as possible. So let's see here. I'm going to Google Betty White right now. Oh, there she is. Her life, look back I'm sorry, Betty White, dead at 99. A look back at her life and iconic career. In 1954, Betty White was criticized after having Arthur Duncan, a black tap dancer, on her show. No kidding. She was married to Alan Ludden from 1963 to 1981. She was married to Lane Allen from 1947 to 1949. And she was also married to Dick Barker in 1945. So there you go. But she was with Alan Ludden the longest out of the three that she was married to. So, yeah, she didn't have children, because I'm not seeing any listings for, like children or anything like that. But here, according to Wikipedia, it says years active 1930 to 2021. So I'm guessing, I mentioned she was on the radio at 8 years old, so she would have been 8 years old in 1930. So that's probably what they're going by. Years active 1930 to 2021. Like I said, we all had a Betty White in our lives. We all had a Betty White. Oh, what a woman. Well, I just wanted to come on here real quick and express some words about a remarkably talented, wonderfully gifted... Oh my God, what more can I say? I think I've used every word I could possibly use to describe the greatness that was Betty White. So I love you all very much, and I thank you for listening to this daily rant. Happy New Year. It's going to be 2022 here in about 4 hours, or less than 4 hours. Like I said, I'm not even really in the mood to celebrate. I just want to sleep. I don't even want to celebrate the new year. Just really heartbroken tonight. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. Much love as always. I'll catch you on the next one. So, until next time, toodaloo. And thank you for being a friend, Betty White. Goodbye.